An introduction to Flash now. I just opened up Flash here. You can see the icon that it's open down here on the screen. This is CS6. Anytime you're starting a new Flash project, this will come up. Or if you went to File New in Flash, let's just not worry about that. Yeah, here he goes. File New. You would get something like this. But what you want to do is open up ActionScript 3.0. This is the Flash document that you want to open. I know it could be kind of confusing with all these things, but forget about the rest of this stuff. Forget about this. This is what you want. Create new, the top one. All right, boom, there it is. And this is your Flash. And you see it's like a page, like Illustrator or Photoshop. It is addressed in pixels because it's usually these are going to be run on the internet. You know, these are animations found on the web, and its standard is 550 by 400. That's adjustable. At any time you can adjust this. And you're at 24 frames per second, which means for every second you're going to get 24 frames of action. Okay, so right now we're going to go ahead and open up a document I've already established for you guys. And let me go to your class folder and I'll open it right up. Just bear with me. Flash lessons. There we go. Flash intro. And we're going to open up this one. All right, there you go. So this is the Flash intro. This is the stage. That's what the page is called, the stage in Flash, because these are all your animations and action takes place. Below here is the timeline. Very important as well. Again, now we're set at 24 frames per second. If you look here, you'll notice the 3 different layers, like in Photoshop or Illustrator. So Flash works a lot like Photoshop in layers. These are adjustable. You can move one layer in front or behind the other. Okay, these are so maybe an animation takes place on one layer and a different animation takes place on another layer, or nothing is animated on a layer. So you can do all kinds of things with these layers. You can extend your frames here. Look over here. These may look familiar. Toolbars, just like a lot of these tools are going to look like other Photoshop tools you're used to seeing. The selection tool, well, they call this a sub-selection. They do change a few things in Flash. Can be a little irritating. Lasso tool, pen tool, you know, you've seen that in most of my classes. Text tool looks exactly the same. Line tool is the same. Rectangle tool, and you know, you can see it has a little triangle in the corner, meaning it has others like the oval, etc. Flash is more similar to Illustrator than I'd say Photoshop, but it's just a little different and can be a little frustrating. The good news is if you're used to working in Illustrator or Photoshop, you can create imagery and bring that into Flash and just do the animation in Flash. Pencil tool, brush tool, deco tool, you know, we've not seen that. And then some other things like a bone tool, we probably won't mess with that yet. Paint buckets, eyedroppers, erasers, hand, you know, same keyboard shortcut for hand. Whoops, space bar, just like any other programs. Your zoom in is command space bar command. Space bar command option zooms out, you know, just like in all your other programs. So good news is if you know a little Adobe already, you're not far away. All right, so let's just take a quick look what we have here. And if I clicked on that, you'll see that this little scrub head right here went to frame 1. And this is this simple motion tween is on that frame. I'm going to show you what happens if I take this and slide it. You're going to see a little animation take place, and then it stops at 24 frame. So there you go, 1 second. You can test this by coming up to Control, Test Movie, and just hitting Flash Professional and watch what happens. And you see it just keeps repeating over and over. For every 1 second, that thing moves across the screen. We can have this thing stop. You know, definitely when we do our animations, we're going to go a lot longer than 1 second, but this is really how it's done. So I'm going to just show you really quick how to make one of these. All right, so let's start with a new layer. Just click on the new layer icon down here, and this time I'm going to make a box. Nice little box here. It's blue. And look at that. I can come here, change the color. These are web safe colors. Maybe not. Let's see. Again, it works a little different. Okay. There we go. Changed it like they had to make sure it's selected. See, these little dots means it's selected. Okay, so now we have a green one. There's a stroke of black on it. You can change that as well. We're just going to leave this as is for now. All right, so we're looking at making a animation. So look, if I just move my bar, this thing does nothing happens yet. Okay, so what you got to do is select it, and then modify. No, insert motion tween. We're going to do it that way. We could do this modify, convert to symbol first, but I'm going to do it this way. Insert motion tween. You have a couple of them. You have motion tween, classic tween, shape tween. We'll look at the shape tween at some other point, maybe the classic. But for right now, let's look at motion tween. This is the one I tend to use the most. All right, here we go. So motion tween, and it will say the selected item cannot be tweened. You must convert this to a symbol in order to tween. That's why I said I used to go to modify, convert to symbol, but it's always going to give you this. So you just hit OK, and it does it automatically for you. So you kind of skip a step. All right. So here we got it. And we'll move this slider over to, let's say, the 24 point. And now I'm going to take this thing and just move it. All right. And see this little line appears. So by going to the 24th frame and then moving the thing here, that means in 1 second, it's now going to go from this frame all the way to this frame. So we've made our first motion tween. And if you want to test it, Control Test Movie in Flash Professional. And look, see how it goes faster than the other one? Because it's covering more distance in 1 second than the blue ball is. So we've made our first tween. There you go. First animation, and we'll move on from there. Thank you.